102 on the Fan. What's going on? Tiki and Tierney show. Ruh-roh. We've got an alarmist in studio today. And it's not me.
What do you mean?
It's usually me. It is my partner. He walks in today. He says, Mets are done.
I said, you better get Mako. Because you started, Look,
Yeah.
Jacob deGrom is...
Ruh-roh.
Hey, how can you not think anything other than, Jacob deGrom has his simulated start pushed back till today, I believe. And so we should... Tomorrow. So should we be worried? Yeah, probably not. But am I worried? Absolutely. And if I'm the New York Mets, I am not fully, but I am starting to take steps towards Plan B. Whatever Plan B is, I think it's going to get another pitcher, kind of like Luis Castillo. We talked about him for the Yankees. But if I'm the Mets and I'm worried about Jacob deGrom, which I honestly am worried about Jacob deGrom, I'm thinking about Plan B right now. Now, we don't know the extent of this soreness in his pitching shoulder, but we do know that we've heard these things before. It's just a little bit of a tweak. Yeah, he'll be back in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. He doesn't pitch again for another year. He feels great coming into spring training. He's going to go out and he's going to fire the ball 101 mile an hour.
Keep throwing triple digits.
Right? He's going to fire it right off the bat. He looks good, man.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Keep pushing it.
He got a scapular stress reaction. He comes back after 4 months, 3 months. Yeah, he looks good, feels good. He's been throwing not off a mound, off the ground. He's been up on the mound as well. He goes and throws 100 miles an hour. I felt fantastic. Got up to 30 pitches, 42 pitches. Now you have shoulder soreness, and who knows the extent?
Which is where the scapula is.
Exactly. Who knows the extent of this? But when it's something that's a little bit more than that's just regular soreness. That's something to worry about. So if I'm the Mets, I have to be thinking about Plan B right now. I have to be.
But don't you think they should have been thinking about that before? Just given the fact that he hasn't pitched since July 7th anyway?
It's all execution. It's all what is our executable Plan A? That is, we get Scherzer back. He's dealing like he always has been. Let's wait on deGrom. We're in good shape. We get after the All-Star break. We're gonna just keep cruising the way that we've been cruising. Plan B was we get a setback with deGrom. We got to go make a move, and it's got to happen in the next 2 weeks because the trade deadline is fast approaching. If I'm the Mets, I am on to Plan B pretty aggressively right now.
Wow. Well, that was quick, Tiki.
I'm an alarmist.
Wow.
I'm an alarmist. How can you not be?
I'll tell you what.
History has proven that something is going to happen.
But I never fully emotionally bought into his return. And I think that's part of it.
Okay.
I love...
You mean the early return? Because this is early. Remember when we first started talking about this, we were saying August at best.
Yeah, that was... And by the way, that's probably what it's going to be now, because now the Padres and the Yankees obviously seem... the Yankees seem to be off the table, so it might stretch into August anyway. It's... For whatever reason, I don't sense that Met fans have... I don't mean every one of them, but... The majority of Met fans, I think in previous years, there would have been this fatalistic view. It's over. We're done. We're cursed. Look at all these wins we've had. We just put 4 All-Stars in the game last night. Not everybody played, but we had 4 guys named to the All-Star team. We just retired Keith Hernandez as number 17. There's a lot of juice around Juan Soto. And out of nowhere, seemingly, an innocuous, throwing part of the regimen here in his return, it seems like the news is somewhat dire. But in the eyes of some, I don't feel like Met fans are over the top crazy, which is interesting to me.
Well, I mean, they don't need to be because they've won without him, right? But
you told us yesterday they can't win a World Series without Juan Soto.
Okay,
but that was under the assumption that you would also have deGrom.
Yes, which is why you got to go get Plan B.
So you got to get Soto and Castillo.
Yes,
this is where we're at.
Yes, this is where we're at. If I'm the Mets fan, this is where I am, and this is where I'm at right now.
Oh my goodness!
And look, it's a different conversation for Jacob deGrom right now, because he's already said he's going to opt out. He's got all these different plans for what's going to happen after this season.
He can keep saying that until the cows come home.
We'll talk about that later, because I think that might have to change significantly, his offseason plan as it sits right now. But I'm just saying, if I'm the Mets and you've come this far, you know that you are a player or two away from actually being viable for a World Series championship, or at the very least an NLCS appearance. If you're this close, you've already changed the narrative. We've talked about this many times. Stevie Cohen wanted to, smash the old Mets out of the, get out of here and let's start this thing over again. You're so close to being ultimately relevant, that is competing for a championship, that why not go all in it for it right now? And it's why yesterday when we had the conversation about Juan Soto, to me it's a no-brainer. You find a way to go get Juan Soto. Now you got to come up with plan B. You got to find a contingency, something to mitigate whatever is going to happen with Jacob deGrom, because I just can't trust that he's going to be healthy at the right time to contribute to what this Mets team needs.
You can't count on him.
That's right. You can't.
That's the sad reality of one of the great talents this city's had in a long time.
That's right.
When Jacob deGrom is right, Jacob deGrom is pretty much like this generation's Pedro Martinez.
That's right.
I mean, I've said that before. I know it's a little bit of a different style, body type, et cetera. But in terms of, just sheer effectiveness and the ability to dominate and make the best hitters in the world look like C-level players, he's incredible. But if you don't pitch that often, what does it really mean?
Yeah, to me, it's trending. So potential has this like dirty connotation to it sometimes, because you say it over and over and over and over and over again. You're like, all right, stop telling me about the potential.
Like Gary Sanchez.
That's right. Now, deGrom is an anomaly to that, meaning it's not really a bad thing for him because he's won 2 Cy Young. He's been elite. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're saying, oh, he has the potential to be one of the great pitchers in baseball. He is one of the best pitchers in baseball. However, he's become unreliable, and the potential of him being that guy for the Mets when it matters, and now it matters, that makes it a little bit worrisome and trepidatious if you're going to try to rely on him to be that guy. I don't know if he can be.
I got you. 10:09 on the fan. Tiki and Tierney inside the Town Fair Tire Studio. Our friends at Town Fair remind you that at Town Fair you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. I mean, Met fans will think that I'm trying to placate them, which I'm certainly not, but I genuinely feel badly for them. Like, this really might be nothing. I know that the way it was positioned, like not an overreaction, but
like soreness, like whatever.
Well, just on the Mets part, being very cautious.
I see.
Because this went down
out of an abundance. How do they say
overabundance?
Out of an abundance of caution.
Yes, that's what I was searching for. Thanks. So he was supposed to. I guess it actually crept into his shoulder on Sunday, and then obviously was supposed to pitch yesterday. And out of an abundance of caution, they said, let's dial this thing back. I don't know if that's deGrom going to them. I mean, they're not in his body, so on some level there was communication from him to them.
Yes,
that something is a little bit awry. So I think that's smart to shut him down at least, or kick it down the road for a few days, because if he is shut down again once more, the season's over.
Yes,
so for him.
Yes.
So what I would do is I wouldn't even let him pitch tomorrow. I think I'd put him on ice for a week. I really do. I really would.
Now, what's that going to do? Make him feel? It's going to feel
might
better.
Preserve his season.
But for him personally, what's it going to do? Make him feel better?
You mean physically or mentally? Because there's two aspects to deGrom. Some people think that it's a lot of this stuff is mental.
But I think all the thing you hear about deGrom though is that he's a mental champion, right? That's why he's always coming out and all right, I feel good right now. I'm going to throw 100.
Depends what Met fan you talk to. Yeah. There's honestly, there's been, and I don't subscribe to this not because I'm afraid to say it, because I just don't know that it's true. And there's certain things that are, for me, too cavalier and just unfair to label for anybody, let alone a professional athlete who's amazing. But a lot of Met fans, so I'm not hiding behind, some people say, I can't stand when people do that, because if I think it, I'll tell you. Yeah. I just don't know for sure. But a lot of Met fans do say he's a hypochondriac. You hear this all the time.
Yeah.
He's overreactive. He's worried. He imagines
but
things.
I also know
I'm not dropping that at his doorstep, but the guy's always hurt.
But I also know he's a bulldog, and he wants to go grind. Like, he wants to be that guy. He wants to be that star. It's why he's been successful. I mean, you don't become successful if you don't have this intense desire to be the man.
Yeah, that's true.
Walk in the room and be that guy.
Well, especially when you change positions he did.
That's right.
I'm with you on that. But, he's juggling something else here. He wants big money. He wants more big money. And, that I don't know. If it's somebody else who's got, if Scherzer felt the way, and again, I'm just thinking out loud, if Scherzer felt the way he felt on Sunday, is Scherzer continuing to plow through it, just general soreness? I don't know. Scherzer also has a couple of years guaranteed at $40 million left. So he's still searching for that. We know about the opt-out, and he's talked about that multiple times. But it just sucks for the Met fan where all these incredible – it doesn't mean that it's over, but you just can't enjoy anything.
That's right.
You can't. And I really – and I for years I would hear Beningo. We love Joe, but I always thought that Joe was – too negative, like expecting the worst, and whether it's the Jets or the Mets, and this is going to go wrong, and we can't have that, and there's no way this will work out. After a while, it's like it's almost prophetic. This first half for the Mets has been so galvanizing, and here we are, the morning after the All-Star game, and you got deGrom and his sim pushed back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
They tried to bury it in the All-Star game. But it didn't quite work.
No, we got something on Judge as well. That interview was embarrassing. Oof. That was embarrassing. We'll get to that a little later. Right now, we're obviously going with deGrom, 877-337-6666. All right. What do you think? Let's start with Jeff in Fairfield. Jeff's on the fan. What's up, Jeff?
Tiki Tierney, big fan. How's it going?
All's good, Jeff. What's up, dude?
What's up, Jeff?
Well, listen, we're first place. We've been in this situation before, but not many times. We know that as Mets fans. deGrom, listen, we got to pump this guy up like he's healthy, like he's the best he's ever looked, and then we got to trade him. Get him out. Get him in here.
Trade him?
Us, as the fan, we got a New York radio. We got to pump him up like he's never looked better.
Wait, Jeff, are you ready for that, though?
Come on,
are you
Jeff.
ready to get rid of this guy that was the guy for so many years? Are you ready?
That's not even remotely plausible. Don't even waste your time with that question, Teak. Come on, Jeff.
Teak, I got
him.
2 words for you.
Go ahead.
2 words for you, Teak.
Go ahead.
Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer.
I said
Okay,
this.
so who's pitching game 2?
I said this a week. David Peterson.
Well, listen.
I said this a week ago.
Who's pitching game 2?
David
We
Peterson.
got to win game 1. We got to win game 1 first. And
Yeah.
let's just win now. You can get now. Listen, maybe you can't get Soto, but give me some of these other big guys. I mean, listen, if he's healthy and we say he's healthy, we can probably get anyone we want. But
Wait a minute, Jeff. Hold on. Jeff, listen. Okay. Let's just inject a modicum of reality into the conversation just for a moment. And I'm open to anything. I really am. But just think about what you tell. The first call of the day here on WFAN, right? And I love the passion. I appreciate the creativity because it is pretty creative because it's not based in an ounce of reality. And here's why. First of all, if he's healthy, you don't want to trade him. If he's not healthy, nobody wants him. So there's no middle of the road.
okay, I get you, but we know as Mets fans, misery is in our near future.
Oh, here we go.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Tierney, listen.
Go ahead.
He's healthy. 2 starts go, and then he blows out his shoulder again. Would you rather have that? 2 good starts, then he's gone for the year, or would you rather have a guy dinging 400-footers into right from now until?
No. Well, how about both? How about you get Soto and you just see what you put him on ice for a week and you see if he's okay. It doesn't have to be either or.
I think we're in first place with a healthy lead. We have to go for it right now.
I agree with that.
Super. I mean, can we get a Soto? Can we get a Josh Bell? Can we get a big time player?
Maybe.
With maybe. I guess
maybe.
so. Maybe.
By the way, Jeff, you in Fairfield, New Jersey?
New Jersey, yes.
You guys got good sports over there. That's one of our rivals, man. The Fairfield Pirates and the Fairfield Falcons. Their football team, Teak. You got to see this football team's insane. Jeff, thanks for the call, man. I'll see you on the fields, dude.
I mean, here's the thing, though. You're talking about Scherzer's going to pitch game 1.
What are we doing here?
Who's pitching game 2? Do you really need 2 aces to win an NLCS?
If they don't get an extra bat? Then I think that they would.
But I think they're getting an extra bat.
But until they do, that's the
at the very least,
reality.
It's going to be Josh Bell. At the very least, it's going to be Bell. At the peak, it will be Juan Soto, but that's obviously, as we talked about yesterday, a lot to get done in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks at this point. So, I mean, I don't know if you necessarily need 2 aces. It helps. You don't need it to win a World Series.
The Mets are not. Listen.
They're not the Braves of last year.
Because
Charlie Morton, he pitched against the Astros.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of postseason experience.
He does,
Guy's
but he
been
went
around a long time, Charlie Morton.
He went 2 innings in game 1.
No, I get it.
So,
listen.
And they kicked it over to A.J. Minter. And then Ian Anderson had a good series.
For a moment, put deGrom, put him totally, not even part of the equation, all right? And let's imagine that this is a Mets team without a significant bat upgrade. They are nowhere near good enough to win.
But I think they're making it.
No, I agree with you. But until they do, the reality of it is this grip on first place is a little shaky.
Yeah.
And this is not a team, in my opinion, with all due respect, not a team that's built to win anything.
Yeah.
Really. Alan's in Farmingdale on the Fan. What's up, Alan? How you doing today?
Hey, Tiki Tierney, it's Alan. How you doing?
Hey, man. How are you?
I'm your doctor friend over here. Following up with Jacob from our last conversation a couple months ago.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. The day he was injured in spring training, I said to CMAC that night in March, that injury was devastating, number one. When I spoke to you guys,
I remember this.
So do I.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember you telling us this.
Okay, and it was like that process should have been healed. ED. This injury right now, he's in the MRI. They're never going to say it. They can't. Or cause a panic or be wildfire in New York media in the sports. Remember this injury, Tiki. When you broke your scapula in Virginia, that was a traumatic injury.
Yes, it was.
There is absolutely no sports medicine data for a scapular stress fracture on a professional pitcher to go to and say, oh, this is the healing, ready to play, return to the field time frames. They're in a panic right now, the Mets. I don't care what they say, because no physician knows what to do with this injury. And the most important part is where on the bone did it break?
Yeah. Where was the stress issue? Which is why when you get a little bit of soreness, you kind of just take it as soreness, but you really don't know.
You don't know. Now, Brenda, you were saying it's like you're screwed if you do or you don't. I agree 100%. I'm speaking clinically. I don't want this guy as a patient. No matter what I do, and I still think he's going to be gone for the season. All right? I said that since March. I said it to you last time.
I remember.
Yep.
Every single time he walks on that field, and Tiki, as a pro athlete, I would love your feedback, but as a fan, as a clinician, you have three different minds looking at this situation right now. What is everybody thinking, including the patient? Mm-hmm. He's not walking out there with an abundance of confidence. It's an abundance, you see abundance of caution. No. Now it's an abundance of uncertainty.
Yeah.
It's an abundance of fear. When Matthew Stafford was on the Lions, he was a good quarterback, but he was always hurt. He was always hurt. It was like, Stafford, his shoulder. What's going through Metland right now when you say Jacob deGrom?
Well, listen to the Fan for the next couple hours. You'll find out.
Yeah, appreciate calling back, Al.
You're going to find out, Al. I got to let you go there. But we do remember you well. And you did say what you said. Hopefully you're not right.
I got to tell you, I know what he's talking about with trying to come back from injury. Remember, BT knows I told him my PCL my rookie season. And I remember I started my rookie season. I was like, man, this is easy. I got this. And I got hurt. And then coming back, it was kind of like, I don't know if I have this anymore. It was, I hope I do, right? And at some point, it flipped. It took a couple of years, but for a while there, it was all about, man, I hope I'm okay. I hope I can plant on this foot. I hope that I still have the same burst that I had before this injury. Injuries mess with your mind, even if you're supremely confident. An injury will mess with your mind because you now all of a sudden doubt yourself just a little bit. And that's that little bit of doubt that takes away the edge that made you successful.
You've got to learn to trust your body again.
100%.
And not just to go out and shoot a 95 with your buddies on a Sunday at a Muni. You got to learn to trust your body to go out and throw 100 miles per hour.
That's right.
Or react to a 100-mile-per-hour fastball if you're a pro athlete. That's different stuff. I got you. All right, 877-337-6666.